Hello, hello, hello. So I'm back with a new video. Did you miss me? I know my last video was on um, pandemic fatigue and kind of providing you with the tip. So I'm going to be providing weekly tips for pandemic fatigue because right now it's something that really is decimating our health. And as human beings going through this pandemic and trying to strive and thrive and stay connected and stay whole within ourselves, if we don't have tips on how to make it through pandemic fatigue, um, we could really lose ourselves. Pandemic fatigue affects us mentally. You may be feeling more depressed. If you are someone who suffers with PTSD, some of your symptoms may be heightened and exacerbated. Physically, your nerves may be on edge. You may be irritable and testy and really feeling anxious. And physically, also, you may not be sleeping, or you may be sleeping more than usual. You may not be eating, or you may be eating more than usual. You don't feel like doing anything. So these are all symptoms um, of pandemic fatigue. And you have to remember that you have to just go with the flow. You know, every day for us changes, right? And you have to listen to your body and allow yourself to be dictated by how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Because I woke up with an abundance of creative and profound energy. I woke up with Stevie Wonder's Do I Do playing in the background, woke up jamming, right? Um, and if you're from New York, you'll have a special affinity for that music, New York or New Jersey people. You know what I'm talking about. But tomorrow, which is Saturday, who knows how I'm going to feel tomorrow? So listen, be gentle with yourself. You are doing the best you can. And with that, let's hug ourselves into this next session. Place your left hand over your heart, your right hand on top. And I want you to take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to say to yourself, I accept you. I accept you. Those are words that you should say to yourself every morning when you wake up, before you even get out of bed. Hug your heart, love on yourself, and start your day with gratitude and acceptance. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time it is this video is reaching you. I am Dr. Monica Bickerstaff Riley, Doctor of Integrative Medicine, proud founder of the award-winning brand, Dr. Monica's Natural Beauty and Wellness, where I empower women to self-love through self-care with the prescribed daily use of my amazing natural fragrances, wellness essentials, life-giving miracles in a bottle. And I will be sharing those with you in just a minute. I also want to say that the topic that we're talking about, wait, hold on. Let me backtrack for a minute. So when we started this month, can you believe we started this month 24 days ago? In 2 days, October 26th, I will be celebrating the 4th year of my company, of my brand. And boy, has it been a God-blessed ride to the top. Ah, I am so grateful and so blessed. But we'll have a party on the 26th. Okay. I want to talk about this topic because I promised that we would. The topic that we're going to talk about in this video is how narcissistic abuse is domestic violence. We're going to unpack that. As I've shared with you in the past and in previous videos, I am a survivor and thriver of narcissistic abuse and domestic violence combined. Same person. Okay? And I'm not going to go into my story. Been there, done that, so over it. But I want to bring to your attention how there are the comparisons between signs of domestic violence, signs that you are being abused by a narcissist, and then what you can do to start getting your plan together so that you can flee this toxic relationship, whether you're by yourself, whether you have children and your beloved pets, and just kind of touch upon surface wise what you can do to start planning to get away, because domestic violence and narcissistic abuse is never your fault. You deserve the very best of you that God has designed for you. And your children, your innocent children, deserve the very best of the best you that you can be to them, the best parent that you can be to them. And so what I want to start with is our bag of affirmations. You all have seen this before. Shaky, shaky. We're going to pull 2 out of here to see and set the intentions for today's video. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, the first one is I am proactive, not reactive. I just said that. I am proactive, not reactive. And the other one is I am grounded in divine love. So know that once you proactively get your plan together, you're going to move in silence and get your plan together, get your support systems in place, your money in place, pack bags discreetly for you, your children, if you have pets, what they may need, food, toys, all of that. And then you know that you are supported. You are divinely supported. God is supporting you. God, creator, universe, you have the divine love and support that you need, but you must always, always flee these types of relationships in silence, communicating with God, and being proactive, not reactive. Okay? Okay. So that being said, let's get down to the important part of all of our videos. And I have a wine to share with you tonight in honor of my sister Chi-Chi. Now, this is a Cabernet Sauvignon from the Western Cape of South Africa. It is Carmen Stevens label, really cute label. It is delicious. Look, we have already opened it and started to enjoy it, but I want to dedicate this bottle to my sis Chi-Chi for 2 reasons. One, she's currently living in South Africa. And 2, we have shared many a life, many a moment, such a much of New York City living back in the day over a beloved bottle of red. Our fave back in the day used to be that big old bottle, Concha y Toro. Woo! Yes. But I love you, sis. I miss you, and I will see you soon. Okay, now, Cabernets, are very rich, full-bodied, and this does not disappoint. What I like about South African wines compared to California or even French wines is the delicate color and also the delicate flavor. I find that when I drink a South African red, the tannins don't bother me much. In fact, I can drink South African reds very well. So again, this one is a Cabernet Sauvignon. It is Carmen Stevens, the Angels Reserve. See, the angels are always with us. This is a 2019 year, and it is from the Western Cape of South Africa. Chi, when you get here, we're gonna drink up a few of these. Okay, all right, so what I wanna start with today, whoa. Okay, what I wanna start with today, and I don't want to belabor this video and I don't want to belabor this topic, but if you are in trouble, there are going to be a few resources that I'm going to drop down in the box right below this video. And please like my video and subscribe to my channel. YouTube is paying attention. My channel is, soaring. And these are topics that we have to talk about that are difficult. But I also want you to know that I'm also here for counseling. If you need my services, we can Zen Zoom. And not only will I get into a little bit more about my story, but also share some of the resources that are available to you, regardless of what state or region of the country you're in. All right. You have to remember that you have to get your money together. You have to move in silence. Keep your business to yourself. Do not confide in your best friend or any family members. And definitely do not confide in your spouse or your domestic partner. Keep everything to yourself and always have 911, domestic abuse shelter, as speed dial on your phone, and know where you need to go in family court in your city to get a TPO or TRO, temporary protective order, temporary restraining order. They are the same things, but you must know where to go in your state or region. So let's start with domestic violence. Okay. Now, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I want you to always remember that domestic violence is a sickness of the abuser. Domestic violence is never your fault, okay? It doesn't matter what background you're from, what age, what ethnicity, what race, what gender, because men can be domestically violenced as well. This can happen to anyone. And when you realize that you are in a domestic violent um, arrangement, marriage, living situation, domestic partnership, you have to get out as quickly as you can. All right. The sooner you get out, the more whole you are and the better off you are. A lot of times, as you know, if you don't get out in time, you will end up dead because your abuser will try to kill you. Okay, so the top 5 abuses are physical abuse, which is obvious. You know, no one has the right to lay his or her hands on you in a violent way. If you find yourself in a physically violent altercation with your spouse, with your partner, you got to call the police. And, a lot of people call the police, but the step after calling the police is you have to enforce with those two policemen or police persons will always arrive on the scene. For domestic violence cases, they come in pairs. You must stress specifically that you want that person arrested that night. A lot of times, what happens, especially we as women, we will call the police and then we'll realize what's happened and we won't follow through with the next step. All right. We'll start feeling guilty. The kids are screaming in the background. He's apologizing profusely. Baby, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. And the police officer will say, ma'am, miss, do you want to press charges? And a lot of times, many women say no. But what that does is it just fuels the fire for the next time. Okay? Because now he realizes that he can get away with it, that you're not going to keep his word, that he can smooth things over the next morning with a bouquet of flowers or a beautiful piece of jewelry, and that you won't have him arrested. Follow through. Follow through. And then we have sexual abuse. Yes, it is against the law in most states in a marital relationship, domestic partner relationship, when your partner forces himself on you for sex. When your partner, when your husband, when your spouse rapes you in a marriage, that is against the law. That is sexual abuse. Psychological and emotional abuse, well, that's also, they will belittle you, they will degrade you. Nothing you do is ever good enough. You can be prepared to go out with family or friends or to a family gathering or function, and just as you're getting ready to get into the car, he'll say something like, oh, you're going to wear that? Or he'll say something, or he'll pick a fight. He'll pick a fight that is so egregious and stresses your nervous system so badly that by the time you roll up to that family function, you're in a funk and he's acting like, hey, I don't know what's wrong with her. See what I have to deal with? She's always moody. She must be on her period. I mean, he's fine. He can gloss it over just like that. But you're the one in that partnership left feeling the weight of that psychological and emotional abuse. It can be so bad that it can kind of trigger depression. It can trigger bipolar situations. It can trigger anxiety, profound anxiety to the point where you don't want to leave the house, agoraphobia. It can trigger PTSD. When you are in a narcissistic abusive relationship or a domestic violence abuse relationship, you are a victim of PTSD. Financial abuse. Listen to what I'm going to say. A narcissist and an abuser, they will F up your finances. They will go through your money, ask you to co-sign a car loan, go through your money. If you've got to move somewhere, they go through your bank account. They will empty out all of your financial resources so that you're left with nothing. They will F up your stuff. They will crash your car and then they won't get it fixed. Okay? I've had that happen. Just so many things. They will break a precious heirloom piece of jewelry and won't get it fixed, or maybe even lose it, or re-gift it and give it to another woman. Okay? Protect your finances. And by that, I mean, if you're in a situation where you have a joint account, open up your own account in your maiden name. If you have that individual's last name as your married name, open up your own bank account in another branch, in another part of the city, in your maiden name. Deprivation or neglect. This is in a situation oftentimes if your abuser is considerably older than you, more established than you. Oftentimes we see this with older men who bring young brides over from other countries, right? And they might give them an allowance, they may not. But once, they've made all these promises about how they're going to take care of you, how they're going to honor and protect you and love you when you come to this country, and you get here and they neglect you, they mistreat you. That is domestic abuse. All right. If you are in a situation where you are, you know, same age, and in fact, you might be more lettered. By that, I mean you might be more educated than your spouse. You might come from a family on a higher status level than your spouse. That's all the more reason for them to dehumanize you and neglect you. So you can be living in the same household and your personality may be normally very bright, very sunny, very joyful. And you wake up, wanting to say good morning or wanting to share coffee or making breakfast for the individual. They don't even acknowledge you. You may go for days, getting the silent treatment. They're not there to make important decisions. And so when you make that important decision on your own, they go off. Okay? So these are things I want you to remember. I want you to get a plan to leave. That means I want you to identify at least 2 domestic abuse shelters where you can go with children that accept pets if you have pets, because you don't want to leave your pets behind in that situation. Once your abuser realizes that you're gone and they cannot reach you, they will retaliate. First, they will start a smear campaign against you with your family members. They will call up your family members and try to smear your name and your reputation. They will call your job. Then they will go to their family and they will try to do anything they can to lure you out of your safety net so that they can hurt you. And oftentimes, when a woman walks out of that safety net, she's killed. Because at that point, their main concern, their main goal is to destroy you. You have unmasked them, so to speak. You have revealed their true nature to their family, to their co-workers. And let me just say this, the family already knows what type of person they are. They've been co-signing this person and been bullied by this person since this person was born. Their mamas know, their sisters know, their fathers know. Okay? But what you have had the courage to do is reveal who they truly are. And because of that, they have to destroy you. They have to take you out. And you have to take that seriously. 1 out of every 2 domestic violence cases ends in murder. Plan your getaway in silence. Do not reveal anything to your mama, to your daddy, to your brother, to your sister, to your BFF. Do not even tell your children. Plan your escape in silence. Know how to get to the family court so that the first thing you can do once you escape is file for a temporary protective order. look into the shelters, because here's the thing about a shelter. And these are domestic violence shelters. These are not like homeless shelters. So a domestic violence shelter is a very safe place. They have resources there for your healing, for your wholeness. You can get therapy, you can get group support, your children can get tutoring, you can get job if you need some sort of job skill. They have, job training. Um, if you have to leave your house with only the clothes on your back, they have clothing banks. They have ways for you to get support, get into your own place. So know at least 2 domestic violence homes, shelters in your area that you can get to quickly. Now, let's just quickly go over the signs of narcissistic abuse, because I want to show you the parallels. They're exactly the same. A narcissist is someone who has a personality disorder. They have a very low self-esteem, a very low impression of themselves internally, but externally, everything is overinflated, right? And when they see you as their supply, as their grade A supply, they morph into you. They observe you, they watch you carefully, your characteristics, your mannerisms, the way you express yourself, everything, and they start to copy you. They morph into you. When you abruptly leave a narcissistic abusive relationship, they're left without an identity. And they're the worst, because they will come after you and try to kill you, try to destroy you. So, narcissistic abuse signs of someone with narcissistic personality disorder. First of all, they will isolate you. So oftentimes, they will make promises to marry you and relocate you out to their city, which may be 2,000, 3,000 miles away from your family base, your base of friends, your family, the city where you grew up, where you've built your career. They will bring you somewhere where you've never been before, and they will isolate you. And then they will criticize and prevent you from establishing your own friendships and your own relationships in your new space. Financial abuse, we already talked about that. They will go through your money. First of all, they don't ever have any money, all right? So they woo you and court you with gifts and promises and manifestations of things, but that's temporary money. When you marry them, you realize they ain't got a pot to piss in. So now they're going to go through all of your money, your stocks, your savings, your bonds. If you have a business, they're going to run your business into the ground. Whatever possessions you have, as I shared with you, I had my first vehicle, okay? My first vehicle. And I allowed him to drive it one afternoon, and he couldn't even get around the corner of our cul-de-sac before he had rammed into the rear end of another vehicle, looking down, trying to light his cigarette. Tore up the whole right front side of my car and then refused to get it repaired. That's financial abuse and material abuse. Physical abuse goes without saying. A lot of times, narcissists will marry someone who is very strong with expressing themselves, has a very solid sense of who they are, of expressing their truth. And oftentimes, the first sign of physical abuse, what they'll do is they'll go after and try to choke you. It's that whole throat chakra, that whole throat energy, our center of communication. It's also where the thyroid gland is, which, when damaged, really messes with our hormones. And just know, when you are in an environment that is abusive, Your adrenal glands are going to go haywire. Your nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system are going to go haywire because you are always living on the edge. That leads to inflammation in the body. That leads to a lot of other autoimmune diseases and sicknesses. So being in an abusive relationship will make you sick. Mental abuse, we've talked about mental abuse. You know, a lot of times they will ignore you, they will degrade you, they will dehumanize you, they will belittle you, they will betray you, they will cheat on you, all of that. Spiritual abuse. If you are the person in that relationship who is a person of who has a strong spiritual foundation, um, a strong belief in God and in your faith, in your religion, they will ridicule your religion, your faith, and try to make it seem as if, you know, you're evil. They rehearse the reverse. And then always be careful with the narcissistic rage, because once you confront them and once you kind of take off that mask, they will come for you. Always have an escape plan. Always have a bag packed in the trunk of your car. Have a separate spare pair of keys in your car, either in your glove compartment or in the console in the middle of the front seat of your car. You know, these are just things that we will review. If you feel like you want to call me as a source of support, as a source of encouragement, you can reach me on Facebook at Monica Bickerstaff. I just launched my new Facebook page, Dr. Monica's Natural Beauty. Please go to Facebook, Dr. Monica's Natural Beauty, and like my page and follow me. I have a contest running on the page right now. And Instagram, follow at Dr. Monica Bickerstaff Riley. LinkedIn, Dr. Monica Riley. Hit me up on YouTube, like and subscribe to my videos at Dr. Monica Bickerstaff. Tweet me at Vegas Holistic. Did I miss anything? I don't know. But quickly, I want to say to you that during the course of your planning, getting your plan together, planning your escape, and once you have escaped, it's imperative that you rely on your faith. It's imperative that you start to take good, precious care of yourself through self-care. So a couple of things I want to share with you. The first thing is that my Nana used to say is, you know, keep up or be kept up. You know, get to getting or get got. Okay. So 3 of the essentials in my wellness line, we have the Rejuvaflex, which is awesome, awesome, anti-inflammatory, a lot of menthol essential oils. So I have the wintergreen, the camphor, peppermint, spearmint, eucalyptus. This is amazing for muscle pain. Again, it's an anti-inflammatory. If you have any types of aches, it's also great for heartache. There's nothing like mint rubbed into, massaged into your heart center to help to ease the burden of heartache. And then we have my award-winning Simmer Down Chica. Women around the world, seriously, don't go anywhere without this green bottle, because what this does is I have blended the florals like geranium and lavender and clary sage and ylang ylang, a lot of the natural phytoestrogens, and happy florals like rose, jasmine, that just make you feel really good and boost your spirits. And so you want to use this in place of any body lotion or body cream after bath or shower, throughout the day. You want to just slather Simmer Down Chica all over you. And I mentioned body care. So it's important to take the time out at least once a week and soak in a bath. And these are my pink Himalayan salt, lavender Epsom salt, eucalyptus, and rose bath salts. All right. These are great for detoxing your system. They will help to, I also have magnesium in them, so they will help you heal. They will help you with your nervous system. They will calm your nerves. They will help you with the ease of your, your digestive tract. A lot of times we hold stress in our gut, in our nervous system. If you get migraine headaches, and when you're in these types of abusive situations, you may get tension headaches or migraine headaches. This is wonderful to just soak in and inhale. Literally, actually, just to unscrew the top and inhale, right? And then it's always important that we keep our outside together. And that's for us, so that we can continue to feel beautiful and loved and sparkly. So I have the Nana's Healthy Hair Elixir, which will, um, help to encourage healthy hair growth. A lot of times when we're stressed out, and when we're not well, we may experience hair loss, hair breakage, but you want to make sure that Nana's Healthy Hair Elixir will take care of that. And then you want to keep your skin together as well, your face, uh, free of breakouts, free of acne, stress breakouts, with my facelift in a bottle. And this is wonderful, a wonderful serum. This is pure liquid gold, rose oil, frankincense oil in a base of jojoba oil. This is wonderful for um, all ages, men and women. So you want to keep yourself up, because this is another thing. Both of my grandmothers used to teach me that, you want to keep yourself up. So you can, when you look in the mirror, when you see your reflection, regardless of what's going on the inside, you feel good when you see yourself on the outside. And then the alpha and omega of my amazing roller balls, which this is Egyptian goddess. This will inspire relaxation and calm, tap your temples, throat chakra. It's amazing. This is amber, vanilla, and musk. And then unapologetic, treat yourself to unapologetic during your journey. Because I blended essential oils in this magnolia, plumeria, ylang ylang, that will inspire courage and confidence. All right. So, unapologetic is the same thing. It will help you state your truth. When you go to get that TPO, if you end up in court, help ease the headaches. And just when you inhale it, it will automatically boost your spirits. And then last but not least, you all know I love, absolutely love my all natural home diffuser oils. And guess what? I now have 3. So this one is unapologetic. This is like, oh my gosh, this is like a burnt amber, myrrh, frankincense, a little bit of sandalwood and citrus. This is amazing. It's very comforting. It's very heavy. It's very soulful. And then this one is the Black Orchid, which is in honor of my Nana. Black Orchid has lily of the valley, geranium, jasmine, a little bit of vanilla. Black Orchid is just amazing. When people smell Black Orchid, they just fall out. Black Orchid is wonderful for healing grief, symptoms of grief, and helping to inspire confidence. And then tranquility. Now I've switched up my tranquility formula a little bit, because during these times of, and we'll get into this in another video, but pandemic fatigue and trauma healing that we're all dealing with right now, I've kind of mixed up my formula. So now my tranquility is more of a rose base, which is great for depression, anxiety, boosting spirits, It's wonderful. Rose oil is wonderful for your skin. It's wonderful for your digestive health. And so it helps to soothe the nervous system. So we have the tranquility, we have the black orchid, we have the unapologetic. Don't forget my roller balls. And don't forget to take care of yourself with the essentials, your daily essentials. Dr. Monica's Facelift in a Bottle, Nana's Healthy Hair Elixir, Simmer Down Chica, and Rejuvaflex, which I'm going to use after I soak in a bath tonight. Listen, most importantly, know that you have somewhere to go. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Monica Bickerstaff or my new Facebook page, Dr. Monica's Natural Beauty. You can follow me on the gram at Dr. Monica Bickerstaff Riley. Hit me up on LinkedIn at Dr. Monica Riley. Tweet me at Vegas Holistic. Definitely drop some comments in the bottom of this video. I'm going to also have some resources for you that I'm going to paste in this video. And I just want you to know that you are loved. I love you. God, the divine creator, loves you. And know that you have support in this next phase of your journey. All right? If not for you, do it for your children. I know it's hard, but once you take that first step and you have your plan together and your support system and you have a little money saved up, you're going to be fine. Hug it out. Remember, I love you. If you need me, you can also email me at fountainofyouthguru6969@gmail.com. I'm here for you. I'm here as a resource. Reach out. Reach out because I want to help. Be well. Domestic abuse, narcissistic abuse is never your fault. You are worthy for the best life that God made you to serve in. Peace.